Welcome to Spin Justice with me, Hayley Owens, the podcast where I'll be talking about anything from health and fitness to the injustices of the world and everything in between. I've worked within the criminal justice system for over 20 years and have more recently taken to teaching indoor cycling, otherwise known as spin. Each week I'll be talking to a different guest about a topic that's personal to them, whether it be to raise awareness or just because. Most episodes will contain strong language because of who I am as a person, so if that's not for you, then probably best to swerve. Any opinions expressed by me are my own. Today's episode is sponsored by DNA Boxing School of Excellence. Big up to Danger and the team there for all the amazing things they're doing in the community, whether it be kids classes or one-to-one boxing training. So if you or anyone you know are interested in improving their fitness, because why wouldn't you, make sure you give them a shout. Welcome, Anthony Hall. Do you know what?
No one calls me that. Anyway.
What do they call you?
Danger or D.
I've never called you Danger. I've always called you Anthony.
Or people just call me Anthony.
Yeah. But I want to do a formal introduction. And I tell you why. I had some feedback in the week of someone that had watched an episode and they didn't know who the person was.
Okay.
And I was like, think about that. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? Constructive criticism.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay.
Then the funny part about it, like when I worked doors, everyone knew me as Danger. And obviously when I'm at work, so everyone knew me as Anthony Hall. To say Anthony Hall, like, just one word straight away. But it's funny because if I send people down to town to get into clubs on VIP, I was telling them I sent you. They go down, they go, Anthony Hall sent me. And the door might know me for 10 years, go, who's that? Who's that? So the phone, I go, you don't know them? I go, I do. I put them on the phone, I go, who's that? So it's Danger. Well, he didn't say Danger, did he?
Yeah.
He said, Anthony Hall, who's that? That's me. So obviously sometimes like, some people in town don't even know my name's Anthony, but you know, that's just when I was doing the doors so young, I didn't really want to tell no one my name. That's why I kept it as that.
Okay. Where did that come from, Danger?
From fighting, innit? From competing from a young age. I didn't know I was killer before that. And I said to my cousins, can't call me that, it's ridiculous. Then he just goes, Danger, because I've always just get in the ring. I just didn't care, just wanted pure madness.
Yeah.
And then one goes, proper Danger show. I was like, okay.
Danger.
Then when I was working the door, obviously, I didn't tell nobody I could fight. Everyone thought I was just a weightlifter. So obviously, like, when it started kicking off and I was knocking everybody out, everyone was like, where did that come from? I said, well, I box, I do martial arts and that.
Yeah.
They go, you didn't tell us that. I went, I didn't know I had to. It wasn't in the application form, was it? You know what I mean? But I just keep myself to myself most of the time.
Well, I was there in the week. I'm out walking the dog and I'm thinking about the episode today and I'm thinking, right, you know, what we're going to talk about and stuff. And obviously I'd sent you something on email anyway, so we've got a guide. But I was thinking, how long have I known Anthony? So I called Alex, my mate, obviously you know well. And I was like, mate, how long have you been with Driss, who's a friend of yours? She's like, I got together in the year 2000. So I was like, 24 years ago then, I would have first met you. But as it goes, I would have met you in like 2000.
Yeah.
And probably, I don't know, 12 months after that, probably when I'm starting, you know, working and all of that, I'll probably never seen you again until a couple of years ago. So probably for a chunk
I
of...
weren't locked up, I wasn't locked up.
No, well, no. And I saw you at a boxing show and I was like, Jesus, you've not changed one bit, honestly. Like,
everyone says that.
Yeah, not changed one bit. And when I saw you at the show, it was like
Yeah.
up Northfield in 2000.
Mad.
Back when we were like young, I mean, what, 15? I'd have been then. So we've got a lot to catch up on. And we've been chatting away for like the last hour or whatever, or half an hour, thinking I need to get some of this captured as content, because what I wanted to talk to you about is actually probably going to now be quite a small percentage of the podcast, because what we've been talking about in the last half hour is a real interest to me. Mm-hmm. So just take me back after, you know, sort of like 18, from 18. You've gone into business, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. So obviously, you know, I got kicked out of school at a young age, so I started doing a lot of my own studying and stuff like that. So I was in engineering, but then obviously when I met you, I was 16, 17, I started working the doors, security uptown, for my uncle, because he said, you know what, you can handle yourself, you know, one of those extra money, jump on the doors. I said, yeah, okay, cool, whatever. Started working the doors and everything, plus I was doing engineering. But then it got to about age of 20, I was constantly fighting on the doors. It was quite rough then. But what I realised, a lot of the doormen couldn't actually handle themselves. there was just big lads.
Right.
So I thought to myself, let me open a gym. What's obviously direct for doorman, police, army, to know to handle himself. And I was 21 then when I opened the gym. I mean, I took a chance. I was doing one-to-ones at another gym before that. Then I opened it, and to be fair, we had loads of bad lads there. And it was funny because I didn't know much about business, never had no insurance or anything like that. And then obviously, we had all the lads from town, all the doormen coming up. And I just thought, I'm going to do it properly. So I sat down and started doing a bit of reading, speaking to the right people. Then I thought, what? Start building it up. Then I was still competing at the same time. But obviously, because I don't tell anybody I do that, nobody actually knew. So I was just fighting, constantly going different countries, doing this and that. Then I thought, I'm going to take it serious now. So I started advertising to the Joe public.
Yeah.
And everything. Then obviously, I boxed in Mexico. And they were saying to me, what's your gym called? I said, DNA self-protection. And they're like, self-protection? I don't get it. Your boxers? I went, I could do bodyguarding and security. And they're going, but your technique's so good. You should go to boxing school. Then I boxed their national champion over there in Mexico, Cancun. And so I changed the name from DNA self-protection to DNA Box School of Excellence.
Yes.
Then I started getting into mentoring and stuff like that. Because I started at a young age. I was still, young myself to what's going on. But then what I'd done, I hanged around with older people. Yeah, so I just started listening and listening. Some people, and I was asking people questions. Some people didn't want to tell me. That was fine. And I just kept researching myself. Kept researching, and each year has got better and better and better. Then I started going to other things as well, properties and, it's endless.
Yeah. So you're a businessman.
100%.
And I think there's a lot to learn from you. There's definitely a lot I want to learn from you.
You know what it is? It's funny because people assume, they see the posh cars, they see obviously people like Guy Goldteeth and just assume, it must be a drug dealer, But what I didn't realise that I used to see a lot of people in the daytime. I was doing work and everything. Then at night time, I'm on the door.
Yeah.
I see them come into the club. And they're like, you work the clubs as well? Yeah. So I weren't really going out clubbing either. I weren't that guy. I'll do my day job, finish there, I'll go training, then I'll go at the door. So sometimes 3, 4 in the morning and repeat I used to work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think I worked every New Year for probably about 17 years.
Really?
Every New Year. And but then same again, when I was on the door, I used to ask so many people, what do you do for a living? I own floors to go. I own this and that. I was getting their contact details because I was into property. So when I was getting the properties now, I had a plasterer, plumber, builder, you name it, this and that, materials, the manager from Salco. So I was getting everything done half price.
Right.
So some people go, why you keep doing property? I'm like, wow, not being funny, mate. I bought a property for this much. It would have costed 20 grand to invest, but I only invested 10 and literally triple the money. And everything. So every time I meet somebody, when I go away, I always go, what do you do for a living? Even when in the gym training, I get a new client, I always ask what you do for a living because I might can help them and they can help me.
Yeah.
Just by me having a conversation earlier, I see that you need more help in business. You know what I mean? It's just, some people don't want to help you and give you the advice and I just think they're selfish.
Yes.
If you can help somebody, why not?
Why wouldn't you?
Well, exactly, but you'd be surprised, a lot of people don't. And it's funny because, I have got a reputation. But I didn't ask for that reputation. I already got a reputation for what people are saying. Some people say they don't want to do business with me because, fuck working with Danger. It's a nuts. But you don't know me. You're saying I'm nuts. What, come knock a few people out? If I'm on the door and someone put out a gun or a blade on me, court's going to knock you out and everything. No one's ever saw me going around beating anybody up for no reason. Obviously, sometimes working the door, I got into mad altercations and it's followed me to on the road or out with my family or, out with my kids. I see people, you remember me? No, not really. You didn't let me get in the club. I'm like, what, so?
Yeah.
So it's kicked off there, and people just seeing the madness, don't they? But then people just assume, I'm nuts. I have people come to a gym and go, I wasn't going to come here. I go, why not? They go, everyone says I'm going to do it tonight. They go, fuck that. I'm going now. I go, why? And they go, I said that you're nuts. I tell them, what's your perspective of me? What do you think about me? They go, I think you're cool. Well, there you go then.
Yeah, why listening to stuff?
But if you're surprised, sometimes I sit down and laugh. I don't even know why people talk about me so much. I don't talk about nobody. You know me a long time. I don't bother nobody. If you bother me, I'll bother you. And the other day I was doing some business the other day, and then someone goes, I was going to buy a van off a RMD company, a wagon company. He's phoned me, so I got a van. I said, yeah, I'll take it. And he goes to the guy, who you selling it to? He goes, Danger from DNA. I ain't selling him. So he phoned me. He goes, do you know the geezer? I went, nah. He went, you won't sell it, yeah? I said, why? I said, long as the paper to above board, then it's fine. I'll get it checked over myself anyway. Started laughing. He goes, and he won't sell it, yeah?
Why? Did you ever find out?
He just said I'm nuts. I'm like, but I don't. You sound nuts, but you haven't even met me. I don't.
What difference would that make in selling a vehicle?
There you go. But I don't think people are going to come back. I don't know what stories they've heard and stuff like that, but they think I'm going to come back and get them. I don't know what they've heard, but I get it all the time, and this is why now I had to like cut off a lot of people,
Right?
Because I think, you know what, if you don't talk sense and you're not on business and you're not got the right mindset, I'm not interested. I'm not interested because there's too many jealous people out there. One thing about me, I'm not jealous. I know loads of millionaires, stuff like that. Been to their parties, been to their house. I'm not jealous. If anything, that makes me want to work even harder.
Yes, see, that's a really good subject actually, because I'm putting myself out there a bit more now, and there's haters, man. And like, you think, why?
Yeah.
Why are people like this?
The thing is as well, I mean, I used to get really pissed off before. Then, I mentor a lot of people and give them advice. And obviously, I also speak to mentors as well. And I was going, well, if you got haters, it means you're doing something right. And so sometimes I put on my WhatsApp story and go, don't worry, there's more coming. There's more coming.
Oh, I say that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's more coming. I mean, people see like, I never post when I'm away, but when I'm back, I post. And I go, bloody hell, you go away quite a lot. Okay. Yeah, but I work hard. What's the problem? You got to remember, I don't do drugs. Never done drugs in my life.
Yeah.
Don't smoke. And I barely drink. I only drink really if I go on a holiday. It was an occasion.
Yeah.
So no one can ever say they've seen me in a pub. If there's someone in a pub because I'm working the door or I'm looking for somebody, it's as simple as that. So people go, I don't see you at the clubs. I go, I don't see you at the bank.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not. Who's
in the
complaining?
gym.
Exactly. It's like, and the thing is, I said to someone the other day, a lad the other day, I said, most of my friend circles, like Tom, Eddie, or them, they're either boxed or weight training or into fitness.
Yeah.
Whatever you say, like, that's really my friend circle. So obviously the people I do business with, they're into training. They don't compete, but they're into training. So if you look at my whole friend circle together, like let's say 10 of us, guarantee every single person does some form of training.
Yeah. And do you know what as well? I think I've got a circle from school that I'm still friends with, different circles from like jobs I've worked in and that. But the people I'm speaking to on a daily basis now, now at the age of 39, nearly 40, are people that are very like-minded, not doing the same thing as me, but trying to do the same things in terms of business. So like, a friend of mine's just started working for herself and she's building that off the ground. And this morning we voice noted each other. It's -2. I'm on the road at 6:30, to teach a class. She's got to go out and earn money for herself now. And she's messaged me going, Hayley, man, I'm dreading this today. And I've obviously sent her a bit of a pep talk back going, do you know what? This is when we've got to dig deep now. This is what sets us apart from other people because we're out there grafting at, no matter what, come rain or shine, you've got to do it.
Exactly.
And these are the people now that I'm trying to surround myself more with and I've got quite a lot. Whether it be training, because I train every day, whether it be food and nutrition, where I can tap into them for food and nutrition and talk about things like that, or just inspirational people in general, which having spoke to you literally, not seen you for 20 years and spoke to you for 20 minutes this morning, you're an inspiration to me 100% in that time. And I definitely want to learn more from a business mindset because I've worked for other people pretty much my whole life.
Yeah, so I'm not doing that.
And we talked just briefly off camera about this, and you might have to explain it to me again or explain it to the listeners and the viewers again, but about the A class and the C class.
Yeah. So basically, like, I do a lot of research. Obviously, I'm everywhere and everywhere. Like, people say, like, where do you go? I'm everywhere. And I'm always involved in networking events. I purposely put myself in networking events. Anytime I come out of a networking event, I've got contacts for something. Yeah. Sometimes I boost up a little bit more. I own 12 houses. Sometimes I have 24 just to get people, engaging. Same again, I don't really do Rolexes and stuff like that, but I had to go and buy one just to fit in because it makes it a lot easier for someone to speak to you. I've done NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, to work out how to cause a rapport with people, how to get to you to talk to me, answer questions without even knowing it. I bought a Porsche. I didn't even want the Porsche. I bought the Porsche, I think 2022. Didn't want it. I might go, just buy one. So I bought it, had it for like 8 months. The doors that opened up for me. And
just from having a Porsche?
I'm like, it's just a Porsche, mate. I've always had top cars, I know, but this was like an executive Porsche. But Then you go to the Porsche dealers, they invite you out. Oh, come to this, I'm there, and I pull up in the Porsche, and they send me. I'm like, I can mix it up with everybody. You know what I mean? I can
Social chameleon.
I can be that guy. I can be that guy. I can be that guy. Then obviously, I started doing research about companies and all that, and obviously I own a few companies myself. Then I started saying to a few people, I got contacted in uni, and a lot of them were there doing business studies. And so I started laughing, and one of the girls, what are you laughing for? So you know how many people I spoke to doing business studies or to go and pay £3,000 for like to learn about mortgages and everything. I said, I've never done that. I said, I own 5 companies. They go, what do you mean? I said, okay, listen. How would you go to uni to learn to own a business and run businesses when the guy you're learning from is on a salary? Explain that to me. They're gone, I didn't think about that. So think logic. He's teaching you how to run a business so like when he's on a salary, he don't care. He don't care. So when I started speaking to them, they actually learnt more off me than now. So you need to get out there and just do it. Yeah, you need to start from a small company. I got a lad at the gym. Basically, he was in an accountant's firm. He wanted to quit. I said to him, go to a small one, build yourself up there, because when it goes in your CV that you manage that firm, they don't care how small the firm was. You manage the accountant's firm. You know, so when you go to like, I don't know, another massive firm, they go, oh yeah, well, put the lad there, Then I said to the other girl, I said, the thing is, let's go back to the A class, A student and the C student. I said, all these companies I spoke to who own the company, who's got money, they're all C class students. The A class students, yeah, on paper, their CV is more clever on paper than the C class students. They're going, no, that's not. I said, I could send you so much paperwork. I can even introduce you to these people. Yeah, they've got like 150 staff, and some of them, 30 of them are A class students. I said, what it is, when you see these guys go to uni or girls and they're doing loads of different degrees and they're really clever, and I speak to them all the time, they won't take no chances because they always go, oh, but if you do it this way, what if that happens? What about if the market crashes? This and that. Where a C-class student ain't really that bothered. They take chances. Like, I've got so far in love, got so many chances, and I've had this conversation with so many people. I've had the conversation with so many different millionaires and everything, and we laugh. We actually sit there and we laugh. Can we go, these people, they're brainwashed, and that's what the school curriculum is doing to you. They're just brainwashing you.
Well, that's going to come on quite nicely to something I want to talk to you about in a minute, but I left school with hardly anything. I didn't get an A. I got a B in like media studies. I've done nothing with it. But, you know, I scraped through, basically. I got like a C in English, maybe a C in Spanish. I can't remember, but I scraped. But I didn't want to go to uni. I needed to make money. Yeah. We're from working class backgrounds. We needed to make money to survive. So I obviously just started working, and that's how it's always been. Never done any sort of other like learning as such, you know, not unless it's been in relation to a job that I'm doing. Never put myself through uni as an adult, basically. But I know that obviously now when my kids are in school, the education system is just
shocking.
Is shocking at the minute. And do you mind talking about the
That's
education
fine.
system within your family?
Yeah, so obviously I've got 4 kids. I noticed with my daughters, to be fair, obviously my oldest daughter, she was in school in year 10. You know, she wasn't doing too well in school. She come home, she goes, Dad, failing all these mock tests, blah, 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 this and that, and everything. Went to the school, I spoke to the school, so she needs extra help. That it should just pass me off. Went there about 5 times. I think I still got the recordings on my phone because I recorded every conversation. Right. Because I went to Ofsted, spoke to them. They weren't happy whatsoever. So when I got a tutor, paying twice a week, £45 an hour, it was a lot of money at the time. But I wanted the best for my kids. So I said to my daughter, I said, listen, you got 2 choices. Think wisely. You can either stay in school and be the clown in the classroom, yeah, or I'll pull you out of school, I'll homeschool you, I'll get you tutoring, I'll pay for your exams privately and everything, and we get you back on the map. Decide. She decided with it in 10 seconds, pull me out. Pulled out of school, the headmaster's phoning me, like, this and that. And I said, well, I've got your recording, but I've asked you for help numerous of times. I've sent you emails and emails and emails. Yeah. I said, you haven't helped me whatsoever. I've had to pay privately myself and everything. And as soon as I've done that, within 4 months, I saw a massive increase obviously my daughter's obviously knowledge and everything. I mean, I didn't even know my daughter could read and spell, but not really that good. And everything. One day she started like crying and everything, and I'm like, "What's wrong?" She goes, "Dad, I feel dumb." What do you mean feel dumb? I said, "How's the school picked up on this and everything?" As soon as I pulled her out, and now she's one of the managers at heart. She's running loads of different properties and stuff like that. And also she's been doing business on the side as well, because obviously she was running all the properties, but then obviously they needed some of the cleaning stuff was letting them down. So I said to her, if you don't want to do the cleaning yourself, set a company up, get through your friends in cleaning, boom, you charge this, you pay them that. Yeah, I said every landlord you speak to, get their contact details. Yeah, make it so as soon as you open your mouth, make sure they know bloody hell, this is the girl I want to work with. Yeah, and she's done great. You know what I mean? But she would have stayed at school, that wouldn't have happened. Obviously, my youngest daughter stayed at school. She wished she got pulled out of school now. She sees her brothers now. They used to go to private school. Because obviously I've already had the mix up with my daughters, I went to the school. I said, "Show me the curriculum you're teaching my kids. What they're reading today." Most parents weren't interested. I started speaking to other parents at the school. Then me and my partner sat down with all the other parents. I was like, "What do you think about this?" And they're going, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with this, I don't agree with that. Then like the school was telling us, because in 2 years' time, you know, they're doing no uniform days.
Yes.
Now, it's telling us that what we're going to do, this is a private school I'm paying a lot of money for, said, on no uniform days, what we're going to suggest that boys dress as girls and girls dress as boys. I said, "Excuse me?"
Why?
Because they tried to bring all that stuff in, yeah? I said, "Listen," I said, "I'm old school. If someone's gay, they're gay, yeah? Don't really care." But I said, what you're doing though, you're pushing it on kids to be all this and that and saying it's okay. I'm not having that. So we contacted Ofsted, stuff like that as well. Then I found out obviously one of the teachers was half like that as well. And I think
I can't understand that. I mean, surely, like you say, everyone should just be free to be whatever they want.
But the problem is, schools, let's get realistic. Your kids go to school. When have you checked what they're learning?
I don't.
Exactly. Most people don't and everything. But you know why that is? Because you're at a state school. If you went to a private school, you would. You want to see where your money's going.
Yes.
I mean, I never done it at a state school either, because obviously my daughters, I wasn't happy how they come out of school and everything. And my youngest daughter got loads of good grades, but that didn't help her anyway and everything. So obviously, I started looking to the private school. I'm paying you big money, you want to know? And they said to me, if you think this is bad, go and look at what they're teaching in state school. And I spoke to my cousin because she's a teacher. And she goes, "That's why I left." So what do you mean? She goes, "Annie, if I told you the stuff that they're teaching, you'd be sick."
Really?
So I was like, "What?" So obviously, we've kept them there for another probably 8 months. And we're going back and forth, emails with the school, going in. So nah. Probably about 15 kids pulled out of the school. Like 15 kids pulled out of the school.
Is this the private school now?
Yeah, private school. And now obviously everyone's like, your kid's not going to be socially, they're going to be socially awkward, blah, blah. I'm like, no, they're not. No, they're not. I said, my 2 sons learn 3 languages. They speak English, Hungarian, and learn Spanish. You tell me the kids in school are doing that.
Yeah.
I said, and what we've worked out as well is that, I mean, obviously we're all guilty of it. Half of the life of your kids spend time in school, so you don't see them as much. Obviously, I work for myself, so I can this and that, not a problem. But then I realised that I only need to try and teach my kids 2 hours a day, and they actually learn more than I do actually in school. Half time school, tea time, running around, park. I can tell them to park myself, you know what I mean? and the stuff they learn in school, like I'm thinking, like, how you haven't learnt that yet? You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. So I sat my 2 sons down. I explained to them this. Do you want to grow up being a dummy or someone who's educated? I want to be someone who's educated. Okay, and so the more you learn, more currency you have. The more knowledge you have, more currency you earn. Simple as that. I said, you say your dad travels on holiday and buy you what you want and stuff like that. I said, it comes through knowledge and learning. My youngest daughter now, I'm telling her, tried to build a brand for her. And obviously, everything's on social media, stuff like that. And I said to her, listen, I don't want to be the guy who was telling you, don't do this and bullying you. But my 2 daughters, I saw where I've come from, and I saw where I am now. So if you want to be where I am now, if you should be better than me, to be fair, you should be better. I said, you post on TikTok, So on Instagram, she'll post, and she's going to hate me saying this, on Instagram, she'll post everything, above board, because obviously she knows I'll follow her. Then you're on Snapchat. Then you're on TikTok, yeah? Obviously, our family's massive, so the time we're like, your daughter should be doing it. She ain't doing nothing stupid, but even down to some of the songs you're singing to, yeah? You're degrading women.
Right,
yeah?
okay.
Not into it. If you ever come to my house in my car, you don't hear them songs in my car. I just think, for one, I got 2 daughters. I've never been that guy anyway, and everything. So I said to her, if you're trying to build a brand and a company, what people who you're looking for, if you want them little tramps and stuff like that and everything, that's cool. But me personally, you might get a lot more, but go for the corporate market. Yeah. I said, because that's where I've got more of a pull in that market. And I speak to them and I go, listen, tell your daughter to do this. I said, you see your Twitter, your Instagram, your Facebook, your TikTok, it all has to match. Why?
Because it's a brand.
I said, it has to match the brand, because you might not be on Instagram, but you're on Facebook. So you go follow her on Facebook, she's posting something stupid. You're going to go, I don't want to sponsor me. I don't want to sponsor me. I said, Maya, I'm telling you, yeah, just listen to me and you'll go far. I said, listen to what I'm saying to you and you'll go far. The choice is yours, yeah? And I said to the lads at the gym, I said, listen, I said, even when I post, if I post your child on my Instagram and they're doing boxing, I'm very careful what music I put over it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah? A lot of people then, yeah? I said to my daughter, if I could go back now and know what I know now, there's a lot of things I'll change. A lot of things I'll change. I said, the people I've been around, I said, obviously, the way I speak and everything. Don't get me wrong, when I'm in certain meetings and everything, I talk totally different. Yeah, it's way totally different. You wouldn't even recognise me. But, I do it to fit the part. Yeah. When I'm in a meeting, I went to a networking event, and I explained this to my daughter the other day. I went there, I was sitting on the table. I felt a bit weird, sitting on the table in front of like loads of millionaires and everything. And I was trying to get involved in investing into this portfolio. And one of the guys said, what should we let you invest into our portfolio? And I said, tell us what you've done. I said, well, I've run a security company with 60 staff, tried to open a bar before COVID, obviously that happened. I said, I've had a gym since 2006. I had a travel and time company taking people to the airport and back, obviously, to the high courts and that top accountants. I've had a bailiff firm and everything. I said, I've also had over 100 fights. They go, what's that got to do with anything? I says, well, I've never done drugs. I've never smoked. Yeah, I'm very good in money. I know my numbers. I know the stock market. They go, well, I don't understand why you've told us you've had 100 fights. Okay, this is what I'll tell you. The last time I competed was about 2016. Yeah. I said, the first time I competed, I was 7 years old. Since that day, I've trained every day, unless I'm on holiday or have an injury. Yeah. Since that day. Yeah. I says, I've always kept myself, try to eat clean and everything. I wake up every day now still at 5 o'clock and go to the gym. Yeah. I don't have to, I'm not competing. I train twice a day. I said, watch the calories, watch what I put in my body. And they still couldn't understand why I'm telling them this. I said, I'm never late, as you see. Yeah. I said, the reason I'm telling you this because this is the kind of person you want in your company. If I say I would do something, I would do it. And just because the company's going down at the minute, losing money, I'll still turn up and I'll still do my job.
Discipline.
If you give me 6 tasks, you won't have to ask me again. That'll be done. Even if I can't get them done, somehow I'll get them done. Yeah. So what I'm showing you is commitment.
Yeah.
If you want someone like me, I'm fully committed. I said, I'll never have a day off. I'll never have an excuse. Of course you do. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. You ask anybody about me? No, I haven't. I said, I know I don't post stupid stuff on social media. I'm very professional in what I do and everything, yeah. I said, obviously, if I need help with something, I'm quite happy to ask for it. And when I said it to them, they was like, that's a very good pitch. He goes, you know what? I never even thought of that. I said, think about it. I said, I'm not saying everyone has to train, but I says, if you get a guy and you see a guy's doing running 4 times a week, yeah, because he's obese and he continues, that show is willing to start and willing to go through the pain and continue. They're the kind of people you want in your company. If you're saying to me, okay, tomorrow I'll turn up here at 10 o'clock and I come at 10:30, that's not really a good look on the first, yeah? If you do it 2 more times, nah. I said, just give me 6 months. Give me 6 months. To tell you what, I'll shadow you for 3 months for free of charge. Free of charge. And I'll give you my input as well. If my input is rubbish, then everything, yeah. So go away. They're going, if I, just for saying that, don't want you to chat to me for free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So and this is what I pass on to everybody else. I go, there's ways how to do it. There's ways how to do it. When I explain this to my daughters and I explain it to my kids, people go, oh, you're quite hard on your kids. I says, nah. I said, if my dad was, mine was hard on me. Yeah, I said, this new generation, mate, if we had to rely on them to protect us from World War III, mate, we might as well come back out of retirement. Yeah, because you can't even speak to people these days without them, oh, you're saying this and that. I'm like, man, I'm trying to help you.
Today's episode is sponsored by DNA Boxing School of Excellence, situated on Maryvale Road in Birmingham and delivering fitness for the whole family. Big up to Danger and the team there for the amazing work they're doing in the community. For more information, check out the description below for their contact details. Do you know what? Like, you just talking there about just going back to you saying about pulling your kids out and homeschooling for like 2 hours a day versus being in school for 6 hours a day, they're learning more. It's just got me thinking, right, on Monday, Jack says to me, my youngest, he's in year 7, I got sent out 2 lessons today. I don't know how many lessons they have. Yeah. Let's say it's 5. I got sent out 2 lessons today. One was for, I think, sticking up for his mate. One was for rocking on his chair. The whole lesson in the corridor. So 2 hours of the day, or whatever a lesson is, he stood in a corridor.
And you think that's healthy?
No.
Exactly.
So this is now, we're on Thursday, he's told me this Monday, and I'm like, I actually haven't had a chance to speak to them yet, but all week I've been thinking, why haven't they told me? I wouldn't even know. He doesn't have to tell me that.
Yeah.
He could have come home and kept his mouth shut and not said a word to me, but he's come home and told me what's happened at school, and no one's mentioned anything to me. Oh, Jack spent 2 hours in the corridor today okay, why? They don't tell me anything. So that's just actually pushed me to contact the school and say, right, come on. Because you don't get parents' evenings. You get like 2 a year. They're on Teams. And it's a stressful experience, the parents' evening on Teams. You get a 5-minute slot and you literally, they're looking at the clock in the corner. Yeah. They're like, it's counting down, like 4 minutes 59, down. And they're having to tell you about your child within 5 minutes for the whole year.
Yeah, I stopped going to send me an email.
So that stresses me out, the whole parents. And you have to book the slots as well. And then you might want to speak to the English teacher and the slots have gone. So you don't get to talk to that teacher and so on. So that's just actually, it was in my head there when you were talking about it, and I was thinking, do you know what? I need to.
When they put me in the corridor, like I've worked in schools doing mentoring, and I worked at Coleman's Farm, and they called me in to teach like the PE and for the bad behaviour kids. And the headmaster said to me, like, you're going to struggle with these. The first thing he said to me, and can you take your gold off? Did them teeth, do they come out? I went, no.
Yeah.
They're drilled on. So I'm not taking my gold off. He goes, oh no. I said, why am I changing my appearance to the kids? I don't get it. Okay, cool. He said, you're going to have a problem with these kids. I went in there, some of the kids are big for this day and age. And I went in there, and I'm just direct. And obviously, my dad was in the army, corporal in the army, so I've got it from him. And I just told him straight, listen, I ain't your fucking teacher. I said, that's what I want, simple as that, not if or buts. Then I just started talking to him and laughing and joking and talking to him. And I was at the school for like 2 years, and that was paying me a lot of money per hour. It was actually cheaper for them to hire me as a part-time staff and work for them. I said, I can't do that because I said I got my own stuff going on as well. And then they called me into the office. I thought there was a problem. And I gone, can you tell us, like, how are you doing it? I said, the problem is you talk down to them. I talk with them.
Yes.
Yeah. One of the lads was going, one of the teachers catch me with some weed and everything and all that, and there's some bags, and obviously he knows I'm selling. I said, okay, and I said, are you doing your lessons? He's like, nah. I said, why? Because I don't like maths, I like English. It's okay then. If you're selling drugs, you need to know maths. So I said to him, how many grams in an ounce? It's like 28. Okay. I said, okay, and then so what about 5 ounces altogether? And he's telling me the numbers. I said, okay, so let's say you've got an ounce. Yeah, you pay £100 for an ounce. How much you pay for your bags to put them in? He's like, £2. Okay, and then, so how much you sell a gram for is like £10. So you bought the ounce for £100. There's 28 grams in an ounce. You sell each gram for £10. What are you earning back? 280. Okay, what have you got to give back to the guy? £100. Okay, then so what else you got to take out? My £2. So what are you earning left? And he's told me, it's like, so I said, so £178. He's like, yeah. I was like, you're not shit at maths, mate. You just choose to be in certain things. I says, that's how I talk to kids. I just talk with them. Yeah, we have kids coming to my gym saying, we have the social worker coming out. He tried to burn the house down and everything, but we sent him here, blah, blah. And I started speaking to him. I said, how did you do that? He's like, oh, I fucking got some diesel. I said, you do know diesel's not lottable.
I was going to say.
And he goes, it goes in cars. I said, okay, watch. I went online, Google. I said, diesel has to be heated up to a certain temperature for it at night. So how do you know that? I said, it's just research and just people just know. So did you really want to set fire to the house?
Yeah.
And everything because, you would have used petrol? I said, listen, I'm not saying go and do that.
Yeah.
I'm just educating you about fuel and oils and stuff like that. I said, if you're that bothered and you want to understand stuff like that, I said, I'm going to give you 5 tasks. Go and learn about that and everything, and I'll tell you some stuff. And he went out and they come in and gone, how are you doing that? I went, listen, you lot are just constantly drilling him.
And this is the problem often I'm finding at the minute. They're constantly coming out and going, this teacher's a dickhead, that teacher's a dickhead. And I'm like, life's full of dickheads. Like, this is just life,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
Just it's how you react and how we deal with the dickheads that gets us through. But more and more, I'm saying to them, I agree with you. I agree with what you're saying. But you've got to stick it out through school. Because I haven't got time to educate them at home.
What I try and explain to them is this. I don't agree with a lot what the school are saying, but I said, listen, unless you work for yourself, and you're going to need some experience to work somewhere first anyway. But I said, unless you're working for yourself, there's a hierarchy.
Yeah.
You have to listen. And I said, the thing is, I said, same way there's laws and stuff like that. I said, certain things that are meant to be broken. I said, if you can't go into a class for an hour, okay, you might not want to do the lesson. Sit there in silence. Sit there in silence until you get out. I said, but the thing is, if the teachers ask you to move chairs or do this or get them booked and you just start doing it, now you're just fucking up for everybody else. I said, it's exactly the same in boxing. We say it all the time. In class, if someone messes about, if you don't want to be here, leave. Because you're paying the same money as them. So why are you losing out? Because they keep messing about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we teach discipline, and people, some of the parents like it, and some parents don't like it. You're being too hard on the kids. We had a phone call the other day, and I was standing next to the staff. Someone's dad phoned up and said, you made my son do extra burpees. So one of the coaches like, we made the whole class do extra burpees, not just your son. Your son's lying. No, if you're just bullying. So I said, I took the phone and said, you're right, mate. So you're speaking to Anthony, the head coach, can I help you? So yeah, mate. I said, we didn't. I said, listen, we have a rule in the gym. If one person messes up, everyone does burpees.
Yeah.
Not and it could be your son, someone else's son, someone's daughter, it doesn't make no difference. Everyone would do them. Adults, big men, big women, no one complains. Yeah? Nah, I said, okay then. So you don't want your son to do the burpees? He went, no. Are you going to do them? Someone's going to do them. So you're trying to be funny? I ain't trying to be funny. That's the rules of the gym.
Yeah.
So if you don't want your son to do the burpees, can you please come down here and do them? The kid's like, are you taking a piss? All right. I said, tell you what, I can see where this is going. How much is your membership? £70 a month, okay. Come down to the gym. I'll refund you £70 back.
Yeah.
Go find another gym.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, what do you mean? I said, bro, if you come down here, yeah, with that same attitude, it ain't going to go the way you think it's going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah? And that's not a threat. Yeah? I haven't got time for this, bro. No, back in the day, I would have. I have not got time for this. Yeah? Come down, take your £70 back, go about your business, find another gym. I don't care, no problem. I don't want my son to leave. He loves it there.
Yeah. Let's just end the convo.
Bro, can we just leave it how it is? I said, I'm sorry that I've come across a certain way, but that was the only way to deal with that. Because if we would have carried on arguing, where is it going? Where is it going? I said,
yeah.
I tried to teach your son discipline and respect as well. Not just your son, everybody in the gym. I said, the way I speak to people in there, I don't swear at people. I don't shout at them. Yeah, I said, like, so we expect it back, innit? The same thing. And he's like, nah, I'm gonna leave him in there. I come off the phone. I said to the lads, what the?
Not waste of time.
Yeah, but then I had to tell the lads, when the lad comes back in, don't be funny with him. Because now it's going to cause another problem.
Yeah, no.
Now he's singing him his son out, you know what I mean? But some of the shit we got to do it sometimes, I'm like, it's simple, respect the manners.
Yeah.
It's simple, respect the manners. Like, it's as simple as that. But some parents actually do not like it. You know, people come in, my son's autistic, ADHD, blah, blah. Don't care. Stop putting a label on your kids. And the worst part about it, you didn't tell me indiscreetly. You've told me, standing right next to him. So he's looking up. You know, Mum's embarrassing me and everything. I said, mate, don't worry about it. So am I. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Went in the gym. Yeah, we've had this for about 30 kids now. Went in the gym. You wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
I could take you there. I'll go, pick them out. You wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
And I said, well, so about the people who are supposed to be ADHD, autistic, blah, blah, are actually the better boxers. They pay attention a lot more. Attention to detail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you wouldn't know. So I said to the parents, stop doing that. Like, when you come in, why do you do that? I don't get it.
Yeah. I want to get onto the boxing. I want to get onto like the gym and I want to talk about the Kutzman courses, to be honest. So this is what I was thinking the other day. You've explained it in a different way to me this morning. You're delivering Kutzman courses up and down the country, yeah?
Cuts and the hand wrapping.
Cuts and hand wrapping courses, right. So you tell me from how you would sell it to someone. If someone was thinking, oh, that might be something I'm interested in, what is it that they can expect to learn?
As a coach?
Yeah, like with you delivering the courses with John, is it you and John that do it? Yeah, you and John Pegg. What are they expected to learn from a course with you?
So the stuff what you're going to learn from me and John is obviously experience what we've been through and what we've learned on the job. You ain't really going to learn that out of a book, really. So you start your own business, you have to go and do it.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't cut anyone realistically, but we use makeup to do it. I'll tell you how we got going, basically. So in COVID, obviously, professional fighters could still box on TV or whatever, yeah? So I was going up and down the country with fighters. I was going down there sometimes, me and John was going down there to London, all over. And obviously, a lot of the coaches go, oh, can you do my fighters' hands? At first you go, yeah, no problem. And everything, yeah, you do it. Can you do the cuts in the corner? John, can you do that one? Yeah. And can you do the next one though? Yeah, okay. Why can't I do it? There's three of them. And everything. Don't know how to. Your coach don't know how to wrap hands. Or cuts. No? He's a good pad man though. He's a good pad man. Listen. If you're fighting for a title, yeah, 10-round fight, yeah, or 12-round fight, you get cut in the second round. Yeah. Yeah. And your corner team don't know how to deal with that. And you lose a fight. And you be pissed, yeah? So didn't no one think about getting some further education on it? And what it is with the boxing board, they assume that you know. Right. They assume that you know. I mean, some massive shows to have like a cutsman in the corner, but you can't always guarantee that. You know what I mean? And some of the boxers don't like anybody else working on them. So obviously, I said to John, I think we should put a course together. I know, John will tell you, John ain't really, into stuff like that. He's like, And I said, no, we should put a proper course together. And I said, John, I'll send an email to the boxing board. I said, I sent them an email and everything. And literally, they just paused me off. Went, nah. I was like, huh? So obviously, I sent another email explaining that we've been to so many shows. Yeah, I was in Liverpool, I had a lad fighting. It was on second. And someone asked me to do their cuts. I just said, yeah. Like, you try to help each other out. Yeah. Didn't realise I'm fucking last.
Oh, God.
So I didn't get home until like 2 a.m. I'm vexed now. Yeah. And I'm thinking, and they go, we'll pay you for it. I said, what's that about the money, mate? It's the time. I said, well, some people go there to be a cutman, but I wasn't there for that. I was there to be a corner for one of my other pals. So I was driving by and I said, I'm going to send another email. So I said to John, tell you what, let's just do the course anyway. So we set the course up, obviously, DNA, Eastside Gym, winning cutman courses. I only advertised it on social media, yeah, on Instagram and Facebook. was started off charging £65 a head, but now it's 80. That's for hand wrapping and for cuts. It's like a 4.5 hour course. As soon as we put it out there, it's sold out within a week.
Right.
It was like 24 spaces. It was packed. Done the course, obviously, done the course. And we're still learning. I don't want to give them too much information and stuff like that. So I said, if you want to take notes or you want to record, you're more than welcome to do that. I explained obviously who I was. John explained who he was. I explained obviously how I learned how to do my cuts. I learned more through the Thai boxing really, and the boxing from many, many years ago. But I've also learned in different countries how they do things and the stuff they use to stop the bleeding. With the hands, obviously, me and John teach them about obviously if someone's got a massive knuckle sticking out, if they've got a broken hand, and the hand's injured from before. So all these things we're talking about. Then obviously we showed them how to do the hands and everything safely. Showed them the fast and easiest way. I said once you do about 5-6 times, you can crack your own way. Then obviously, then after that, we explained about cuts, nosebleeds, adrenaline, because a lot of people don't realise for nosebleeds happens, some people dip the swabbing and they put it up the nose. What they don't tell you when they tell you this, if you put it on the nose, it will go into your septic nerve. It can end up blinding you.
Right.
So many coaches have done it. It's not their fault. No one's told them. No one's told them. So I explained about that. I've got qualification in head trauma. When I've done that as well, just go on to the know. So I started teaching them stuff about the head trauma, what to look out for. I said, do you know the reason why it's 24 hours after boxing you can drink alcohol? A lot of people didn't know.
Yeah.
And everything. And I had to explain that. Then obviously we went outside, obviously got in teams, everyone's putting a mic up on people, had a box in the ring demonstrating, they will go ding, and they've got 60 seconds to deal with the cut.
Right.
Nearly every single person got it wrong, they didn't know how to deal with it. So just wanted to explain it to them now and the procedure and like basically like number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're the procedures to go. You can't go 6, 5, 4. You need to go for 1, get in there, clean the place off and everything, observe where the cut is. Me personally, I always look before the round finishes. I'm looking if it's bleeding and everything. And if I see him bleeding, I go, oh, get that ready. Yeah, it might be too small, but I always get my stuff ready. Then obviously, so you go in, you already know where the cut is. Obviously, wipe it off. You got your adrenaline on your stick. So we explain obviously the procedures, how to go through. And we're probably trying now for 400 people.
Yeah.
About 400 people. And all we've done now is obviously like put on social media. The board sent down Les Potts and sent down 2 other officials to do the course. And Les Potts is one of the main guys who runs the training. And he goes, Anthony, John, I texted him, I said, listen, any criticism, just tell me. Because some people don't like it. I need criticism.
Yeah.
How can I grow? And so he said, when he was there, it was perfect, loved the course, perfect, blah, blah. No one's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and he might just not be able to say it to your face.
So I texted him, I said, I think I got a text on my phone. I texted him, I said, all right, Les, thank you for coming to the course. What do you think about the course? Any criticisms, let me know. No problem. Anything. He said, listen, the course was very good. I'm going to tell the board I think it's a must. It needs to be happening. Quite shocked because of your age, how much knowledge you do know and everything. Because and then he said basically, what I would suggest is get a video of you doing it in your hands. And when you're doing it, put it on the TV up there as well so everyone can see it as well on the TV. Offer, obviously, send them videos after of it. And there's just little things. Obviously, instead of saying go have the bell, so the proper boxing bell, make it proper realistic and more realistic. Just a few little bits and bobs, and it goes obviously to try and explain the difference of the size of the gloves, and obviously about where the tape should go around the gloves. It wasn't much at all really. So I was like, okay, me and John sat down, we wrote it all down, go, that's the procedure now. And that's what we run with. But every time, I always add something else.
Yes.
I always add something else. But it's because as well, some people ain't knowledgeable at all in it and everything. And I said to them, I said, listen, it's all good and great getting your lads in the bag, doing a fitness testing, but the real coaching is in the ring, how to keep them calm and collective. Like, when I was in the ring, some coaches were going there, not saying a word, doing the cut. So you're going to give your boxer the instructions. Yeah, but it's not real. If you can't do it in here in front of 20 people, you won't do it in front of 10,000 people watching and a TV crew. You won't, yeah? I mean, I've been thrown in the deep end in loads of different scenarios, so I'm good at working on the spot straight away. So I said, no, we're going to do it again. and you need to, blah, blah, blah. You need to encourage the boxer to do this and that. So what John was doing, John was saying to the boxer, well, this time now, you're going to play up in the corner. You're going to move your head and stuff like that. So the boxer's moving his head and they're going, ugh. So it's done. They're going, John's like, Anthony, what would you do? Well, first of all, I'd get one of my other coaches to hold his head still. Because them sticks are long, yeah? If you move, boom, it could take your whole eye out.
Yeah.
Yeah? These little things there, people ain't noticing and everything. And it kept getting pushed out on social media. Then the board come back to us and said, yeah, we'll agree to do it. You can put our logo onto the certificate. It's accredited by the boxing board. So if anyone's got that certificate now, the board know about it. So if you go there for your qualification or you're in the corner, you're doing cuts, you can say, well, I've done a cutman course with Anthony Hull and John Pegg. And they're like, okay, you got some experience.
And are the board on board with it now?
100% on board with it now.
Brilliant.
We're on the website now as well, boxing board website. But then the funny part about it, the board sent down some officials to do the course, more for the hand wrapping.
Yeah.
So, because funny, I was in a title fight and one of the officials come to watch. And I said, do you know what you're checking for? No, I just told her to watch the hands. Okay, well, obviously checking if you don't go on the pad, blah, blah. So obviously, they come on the course. And they said, well, we didn't even know exactly. So I said, how are you checking wraps if you don't know what you're checking for?
Yeah.
I said, furthermore, when I go to different countries, take lads to box, I also check their rules first. Because they use different tape. You could use wider tape, stuff like that. So we tell a lot of people who do the course. Also, if you are traveling overseas, check with their boxing board the rules. I mean, you can come with our ones as well, but just check them because obviously you might be out or you could do a bit more.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But then, like I said, we've had probably about 6 officials on it. Les Possum been on it about 5 times. You know, it brings people down as well. And it just keeps going. To be fair, we could do a lot more, but obviously I'm so busy, John's so busy. So we're thinking about training the team so that obviously they can go down to, we've been off to go down to Wales, down to London. And I'm like, wow, I'm not charging more. John goes, let's just do it. So John, I don't know about you, John, but I've got a lot of things to do as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then sometimes shows are happening or championships, and remember, they're all coaches. So one time, we changed the date 3 times. I was like, we can't change it again. Because I had 20 people on and then 4 of them were at championships. Then 2 weeks going along, they've already paid. Then they go, we're at championships as well. I'll go, okay, we'll change the date. So now I have to look when championships are won and stuff like that.
Well, that's a learning curve
in
itself.
Or like a big show. Because obviously a big show, most of the coaches are going to be there.
Yeah.
Just little things like that now. And to be fair, like I said, we could push it a lot more, but don't need to.
No, and that's another thing, isn't it? You can push it. It's like me with the spin. We were just talking about it. So people say to me, you could end up franchising it out because it ain't happening anywhere else. There is a spin studio that's opened in 5 Ways, and they approached me and asked me to go and work there.
On the corner?
I forgot the name of it. It's at 5 Ways Island.
Black guy?
Yeah.
I know.
Asked me to go and teach some classes there, but I'm not going to come and work for you for a fee when I can charge per bike. So I've got a bit of a business mind growing.
Well, so obviously, like we said, we're not going to sound much on camera because we want to keep them, but sooner or later you'll have your own.
Exactly. And that's what someone was saying to me the other day. You could take this as far as you want it to go. Like you were just saying there, you could take the Cutsman's courses because they're clearly successful.
I mean, to be fair as well, I mean, me and John were speaking about, obviously I train a lot of cage fighters as well, like on Cage Warriors, UFC Fight Pass, so they're on a decent level. The next one from that is obviously UFC. Some of our cutmen we've trained actually do the cuts there now.
Yeah.
And everything. And like I'm saying to people like BKB, like Thai boxing fights, you don't have to just be boxing. But then we've got to work out, because obviously we're, credited by the board for boxing. I don't really want to advertise and go, oh yeah, people are doing that BKB or, UFC or anything like that, MMA and everything. But then obviously we're talking about like a course for coaches to be in the corner. Because a lot of coaches go in the corner, but they don't actually know what to do. And
this is what I had in mind. When we started talking and you started telling me about, people in the corners and stuff that weren't actually qualified to look after a cut. What I was thinking with the Cutsman courses was, some people haven't got what it takes to be a fighter, or they don't want to fight.
Yeah.
It's not for everyone. But the courses obviously are going to enable people to fulfill the passion for the sport without getting in the ring.
So we're trying so many people who actually haven't boxed before, or don't want to be a coach, don't want to be a coach, doesn't want to be a straight hand rapper and a straight cutsman.
Yeah.
And there's a massive market for it.
Yes,
Massive
and that's
market
where my mind was
and
going.
I personally think there's a massive market more for women.
Okay.
Because a woman girl called Liz Nuts, I think, she'd done a course with us, and she was the first woman to treat a cut in a championship fight. It was all over the news and everything, and she mentioned John and me saying I've done a course with John and Anthony, so that was big shout out to us. Like, she's winning courses now, just like not with the board, but for herself, just for getting women more involved into boxing.
I feel like I could do this.
And the thing is, what it is, what I've learned as well over the time, I'm not sexist at all, but. And I've learned this I've done probably 10,000 corners in all different sports. But I've noticed, I've been in the corner, like I've got a girl who works for me, Natalie, she's one of our trainers. And I noticed it with Liz. She was saying that sometimes when she's in the corner and some of the lads are proper boisterous, to have a softer tone of voice, most men put it all on for the guys and everything, yeah. But if a woman comes in and goes, just calm down, chill. Well, so it sounds like me saying it, you know what I mean? Calm down, chill, relax. But they're just, she was telling me, listen, they're zoned in. The fight went like, looked and just calm straight down.
Yeah.
Calm straight down. I've learned over time, like, I've been doing 10, 12 round fights with people. And I'm like, oh, listen, you fucking idiot, blah, blah. Then I was talking to someone and I've gone, have you tried, even though they've done a shit round, try and be a bit more calmer? So the second round I went, listen, it wasn't your best round. And if you don't worry about it, you haven't been hurt. We can put it back though. We've still got 8 left. We can put it back. And that actually helped. So I can understand what Liz is saying. And like I said again, she came on our course, but I actually learned something from her.
Brilliant.
You know what I mean? So I thought, well, yeah, you know what? Actually, sometimes be a bit chilled and everything.
And you know what else? Like, it's first aid basically, isn't it? Hand wraps aside, but the cuts, learning how to treat a cut.
Yeah, it is. It is actually easy.
Yeah.
But it's about being confident. If you're boxing in a fight now and it's cut, and the coach is, oh shit, let's get to towels, blah blah, starts panicking. Yeah. As a boxer, you will panic.
Yes.
You will panic, yeah. And my daughter fought the other day, Maya, and she goes, because I don't really want to be in the corners for her really, because I had it with my dad as well, and this argument travels on home as well. But this one I had to be in the corner for her. And she goes, Dad, you're really good in the corner. I said, I've been doing this a long time, Maya. And then she goes, no, but you just made me feel so chilled.
Right.
And everything. I was like, but because I've done it so much, I never know I'm doing it and everything, yeah. But I'm quick to adapt in it. And then, but a lot of the fighters, and we've got quite a few fighters, some of them won't fight if I'm not there. I'm like, listen, I can't be at every show.
Nah.
It's impossible. I used to be, but I said, I realised I was giving my whole life away to everybody else. But then she wants to be a coach as well. She also wants to become a pro. Now, I haven't forced her to do that. Like, all my kids compete. My oldest sort of don't in a minute. But all my 2 sons, they compete in jiu-jitsu. They obviously don't compete in boxing in a minute because you have to be 11 years old. But for me to see her following my footsteps, it's a bit weird. Because when I was doing it with my dad, I wasn't forced into it, but obviously I'm a lad as well, and obviously I used to see my dad fight and I think, I want that.
Yeah.
And everything. And obviously, like, all my kids, my 2 daughters always trying from young. When she goes, Dad, I want to fight. I'm like, you sure? I want to fight? And she's a pretty girl. And she's sparring like lads and everything. And mate, she went down to John's gym the other day. I phoned John to can send mine down, but I did it on purpose. So I set traps to see, because obviously I will support her, and I'll, for the people I know, she can fly. Yeah. I said, you're gonna go spar or train with Jess Barry down East Side on Sunday. Usually I'd go all the fighters. I didn't.
Send someone around.
Thought she wasn't going to go. She texted me, done, I'm here. And I think she got there about 10:30 and she finished about 12:30.
And had a spar with Jess?
Because Jess is fighting this weekend.
Yeah.
She goes, I didn't want to tire her out. So she goes, next week. But she goes, she trained with her, done bad good circuit training. And to be fair, Jess has been pretty good to her as well. And I didn't even, I sponsored Jess before that.
Yeah.
It wasn't even because of that. But obviously she's a nice girl, and I've spoken to her as well, and obviously I know how hard it is with the boxing. But a lot of these lads, they put a thing on Instagram, fighting 29th of December, and don't post it again, or they don't network. When I used to fight, and all the lads from the area, there's no social media, so we had to go out to chip shops, putting up posters and talking to people, blah, blah, blah. And I said to my daughter, I said, there's nothing social about social media.
Yeah.
I said, you need to go speak to people and make a rapport. You know what I mean? Obviously, like, because if you don't, how are you going to get to know you? I said, after you fight, if you win or lose, go and see them people. You know what I mean? I've had fighters lose upstairs and everything, and I won't go downstairs. We've got 70 people downstairs waiting there. I'm like, bro, go downstairs.
Yeah.
I said, the problem is today, and it's social media, too many people focus on losing, they forget about actually winning.
Yeah.
I said, why are you always so negative? I said, not being funny. I said, I always think of the worst. So when the best happens, it's even better. But one thing I do as a coach, I'll make sure all the coaches do. If you win, lose, or draw, we treat you exactly the same way.
Yeah.
You could win a championship fight. I've had lads win belts and everything. I go, fair play, you deserve that. Everyone's like, oh. But I've also saw people lose and their friends have walked out. I'm like,
no, that's not.
You know what I mean?
Are you going to Jess's fight?
So I'm at my daughter's baby shower first. I'm going to try and get there after.
Yeah, I'm going this Sunday, innit? I'm taking my Jack and my brother's coming. My oldest lad's not really into it. He don't want to come. But we're going. But I was just thinking then, Jack is massively into boxing. He boxes 4 times a week. It's all he ever's wanted to do since he was little. He wraps his own hands. And I wonder whether it's how you would teach. So I feel like...
Probably like when we teach with gauze, they're doing it with normal wraps.
Yeah.
So it would be different.
Yeah. So I feel like I want to learn more the cuts than the wrapping because I'm thinking, that's like you said, women.
Yeah.
I could do that.
The thing is, though, you want to learn both. Reason why, so it's weird because we've had a lot of coaches come on. Remember, I travelled like to Belfast all over, and I've saw some of the same people we've teached doing like cuts and that and everything. But if you're going to be a cutman, you want to be a hand wrap as well because you can charge for both. You know what I mean? So obviously, like, we've got people going to shows and charging £25 to £30 just to wrap hands, people's hands. What I tell people in the course, I said, for you to practice, go to any boxing show, contact the promoter. I said, I just started to learn to do hands and cuts and everything. Can I do the journeyman? No journeyman's going to say no. They're not going to say no. Yeah. Free hand wrapping. Yo, sign me up. You know what I mean? Yeah. So when you get good at it, though, you want to charge. You want to charge some of that. And when you get really good at it, people go, listen, I want them in the corner. I want them. Like one time I had a lad boxing in on Sky. Was it Sky? And it was one of Sean's lad. And Sean goes, can you be in the corner? I said, John's going in there. So I phoned John. So you go into that fight, man. You come in. I went, what do you need me there for? So you got Sean, you knowledgeable people. And Sam again, I learned things. John goes, well, it's better to have 3 knowledgeable people in the corner than 2.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I went there, but it's weird because we all know so much, it just works. Like, no one interrupts anybody. Like, as soon as, say, you start speaking, I'll get involved. Or as soon as if I see something they don't see, like, it's mad. Like, when you work with 3 people who know the business and know the job, it feels like there's poetry, just
magic.
Like, goes. So, like, it's all good. It's all good.
That's good, man. So I think really for anyone that listening to this who wants to get into it, what would they need to do? Just reach out to you on your socials?
Reach out on socials. I will advertise it. The next course is the 11th of January. Also, I haven't posted it yet. I will do it over Christmas. John was saying people do it. Some people do it as a Christmas gift. But like, it does get sold out. Like, there's only been one time it didn't get sold out. That's due to championships.
Yeah.
And every time there's minimum 20 people in the course.
Yeah.
And you're in like a proper classroom as well. And I mean, it's obviously like, and when everyone's there, everyone's networking with each other.
Yes.
And I also say to everyone, and I tell everyone because sometimes everyone's standing there and not talking. I'm like, what? Why are you not talking to other coaches? Me, I'm trying to go, any of you lads got lads to spar or ever that. Or sometimes, one time I was in London and who was fighting? Ish was fighting, and it was a matchroom show. And for some reason, John couldn't get down there because of traffic on the motorway. So I'm on a TV show on my own, in the corner. I don't like doing corners on my own. So because I've trained so many people doing the cooking course, I was going to Instagram and go, yo, you back? You're in London? But yeah, want to come do a corner with me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd love to. I said, it's on Sky. Matchroom. Yo. And they want, you know what I mean? Just for the experience, it's how they've done it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, obviously...
But it's all networking.
There you go.
Yeah.
But there's so many people on my Instagram and I can just go, oh yeah, I'm in Belfast, I'm in Scotland, yeah. You know what I mean? So obviously, I'm in Poland. I can just get somebody, I've either trained them or I've worked with them before. So it's, it's a good little network. But saying back to networking, I said to John, like, John, So John speaks to a lot of people. I said, I'm a businessman, John, yeah. You let a lot of opportunities go. He said, I'm not that guy. I never used to be. I said, but like, you have to learn to be.
You got to talk to people. Yeah. I was networking in the week. Well, I wasn't purposely, but I ended up on a work call with someone about a specific subject, yeah. But I just asked him about his background. And before you know it, and this is mental, I started telling him about the podcast. And he was like, can't believe this. I'm starting a podcast. And my podcast is on this subject, which I've got a lot of knowledge in. Custody, basically. And he was like, I'm gonna be able to learn a lot from the podcast world, from you, from what you're doing, because I haven't even dipped my toe in yet, but it's this idea that I've got and this is what it's going to be. And I was like, yes, sound, like, ask me any questions. But then also, if you want me to come on, I've got the knowledge about what you're wanting to talk about. And that call wasn't even supposed to be about that. The call was a specific subject that I needed an answer to. So, and then after I got off the call, I was like, if I hadn't have asked him his background, none of that would have happened.
Exactly. I mean, like, no, I get people all the time saying, start a podcast. I'm like, so I'm going to start one. I'm going to get my friend to win it and everything. But basically, it's a podcast more about boxing, about, the ticket deals and the stress of them and stuff like that and everything, and how I'd go about things. Now, I had Mike Lockley messaged me probably about 4 months ago. 4 months ago, he goes, you're a very knowledgeable guy. Can I do an interview with you? I said, about what? He said, what do you think about the boxing at the minute with the tickets and everything? So I said, okay, cool. Then obviously, we're speaking, blah, blah. Then he's written it all up. He sent it to me. He goes, what do you think of that? I said, bloody, I did a good job there. He went, Andy, you said it, not me. And I forgot. I actually forgot, you know what I mean? But Sam again, I said to Tommy this before, I said, what it is, people are doing amateur boxing, cool. Then they go into professional boxing. They need to understand that is a business. So I said, so my argument was this, okay, then, if you were to start opening your own business, there's certain things you have to do to open a business. Boxers ain't getting told this.
No.
They're not. They're going, yeah, there's no tickets on them. There should be a media course for them, a networking course. Obviously, understanding, the system, obviously, where you're going to go from 1 year to 5 years, have a plan. Plan about sponsorships, because people ask sponsorships, but they're not telling people, like, when the money's forward, they're scared to ask them and blah, blah. And I'm like, but you have told them it's taxable, and you have told them this and that. You have given them an invoice and da-da-da-da. You're not just going to put it on the shorts. You're going to mention them every time, every day, da-da-da-da. And a lot of them don't know. So Martin Lockley was like, yeah, but explain a bit more. I said, okay, then. So anytime I start any form of business, I have a 12-week window gap, yeah? Each week, this needs to be done, that, this, that, this, that, this, done. I said, should be seconds for boxers.
Yeah.
I said, if my daughter goes pro, she'll be doing that. If my staff go pro, they'll be doing that. I said, yeah, I have got pro lads at the gym. Some of them don't like to listen. Ish can sell 100 tickets within 24 hours. Yeah. You know how? Because of networking.
Yeah.
He don't run around selling tickets. Day before his fight, and John will tell you, he sends a text out to everyone, I'm fighting. Probably about 15 of them people will buy tickets and not return them.
Yeah.
Because still supporting now. They're still supporting, yeah? Because of networking. So I'm telling people, like, one boxer goes, but I don't like talking to people though. But you're fighting for hundreds of people. But
then that's where the networking courses and things like that will come in handy.
So I said, and I said to them, I said, listen, I said to that Mike, I said, okay, there needs to be a structure, yeah. You need to post 4 media posts a day, yeah, a week. 2 of them need to be in one day. It doesn't have to be about just boxing. It could be about, obviously, this is my plan, da-da-da-da. Get people to get to know you, as a person. Because if you just post a picture on the bag, no one will get, okay, yeah, you're a really fit guy. Well, how are you as a person, though? Because if you're,
it's not about that,
if you're intelligent and everything, cool, you like working with the homeless or you like doing this and that, they're going, oh, you are going to drag some people in. You are going to, but like, everyone goes, yeah, but it's easy for you. Why is it easy for me? I said, mate, none of my family from this country, for one, yeah? I said, number 2, if you speak to my dad, he speaks a proper, clear Queen's English, yeah, because obviously he knows when he come over here, that was the only way him getting a job. I said, I've learned a lot from my dad as well about networking, because every year when I was younger, you used to buy crates of champagne and they'll take it to like just people used to do buy the parts from, people used to work. I'm like, why are you doing that? Giving them, forget that. You're, listen, when you do that, they remember you.
Yeah.
So I do that every year. Go there, boom, there's a hamper, there's this and that. Everyone's like, I was like, are you wasting money? No, I'm not. I've done an event the other day at the gym and I bought loads of t-shirts with DNA on it, sponsored by Plant and Plate and sponsored by Mellows. I was giving out the t-shirts. Everyone's like, yeah, but it's just, you just wasted 250 quid. Everyone's wearing them t-shirts, innit? Everyone's taking pictures of them t-shirts, innit? Everyone's posting on social media, innit?
Yeah.
It's free advertisement.
Yeah.
I said, you got to play smart, mate. You know what I mean? I said to people already, I said, like, you just get your corner team t-shirts. Get your fans t-shirts as well. Give them the t-shirts, these sponsorships. Give them free tickets or something. Pay for it yourself. They've already paid for it. You know what I mean? Explain to them where it's going. And a lot of people just don't get it. They just don't get it. I'm looking, I go, you know what? I ain't going to say nothing. If you don't want to listen, don't listen.
Don't listen.
But
yeah.
I say to people, especially where I've come from, if you see why I'm no, I mean, everyone goes, oh, I'm doing really well for myself, but you're really well to my really well. It's two different things.
Yeah.
Your money to my money is two different things. Obviously, I told you, I hang out with high net worth people. And that's what I want to get to. I want to go up past them and everything. I say to people, so you're saying to me it's easy for me, but I've just told you 12 steps to take and you haven't done one. So yesterday in the gym, I looked 5 things for one of my coaches. I said, when you come back with that, then I'll tell you what to do. Now, one of my coaches, Natalie, she said to me, I'll think about doing sports bars for boxing and everything. Well, I don't know where to start. Where do you think I should start? I don't know about sports bar, but just by people I know and speaking to, I threw loads of things at her straight away. She went, how did you just do that? I said, half is a little bit common sense, but I said also, you need that structure first before you can do anything.
Yeah.
If you haven't got that structure first, you can't do anything.
I'll go through sports bras like no one's business.
But the thing is as well, everyone's buying, the standard ones are from so and so. But if you make it a unique one,
yeah,
and everything, it's going to work, isn't it?
Yeah, I get through so much sportswear, it's ridiculous, honestly. So I could tell her what I want in a sports bra. To be fair as well,
it's like the amount of gym clothes I've got, it's just ridiculous.
I'll go through, and because I sweat so much, it gets ruined, because no matter how much you wash it, as soon as you wear it, if you've sweated in it so much and then you wear it again, it's been washed.
Yeah.
Your old sweat will it's in there. So you'll sweat again and it activates the smell. So it's got to go in the bin then.
Yeah. It's weird because so many people come to me about setting on their business and stuff like newer barbers. I set that up, I help them set all that up and everything. I don't know nothing about barbering and everything, but it's a structure.
Yeah.
It's like me, you spoke earlier. It's a structure. You can put a lot of people in. You just don't want to. Or obviously, you feel like you're cheeky asking. If anybody's watching, get online now and sponsor because there's only 6 spaces there. Then obviously, you don't want 10, 15, 20. You want a good 6 and everything. And if they don't get part of it now and everything, don't be part of it when I'm getting bigger.
Exactly.
Because everybody will want to jump on when you're getting bigger.
Yeah, and that's also goes for people that I've asked to help me out in the early days, coming on and talking to me about stuff who have blanked me.
Yeah.
Because, and I've said this to Carl, half of me don't want to cut my nose off to spite my face, but half of me thinks, fuck you, I've asked you for help in the beginning and you went out, man.
You got to keep that attitude.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, like I said, the last time I spoke to you was many years ago. Obviously, we followed each other on social media. But when you text me and said, I've sent you a message, I thought, no, you haven't. I'm looking because you text the gym page. So I had to, from my staff manage that. So I phoned them and they go, no, yes, I'm going to go Hayley. I said, yeah, okay, send it to me. I said, talk to them. But the thing is, I could have just said no, but why? I see you try to do your thing and everything. If I can help towards it, then I will. If I can sponsor it, I will.
Yeah.
What is the problem?
Yeah.
And the problem is too many people don't want to see you. You know what's
don't want to see you do well.
It's the people most people you know close.
Oh, I know.
I know. No, with the gym, I've never had no funding for the gym. And everyone goes, how come? So you know what? People go, why don't you ask the sponsors? I said, people that sponsor the gym, people who I know, and I don't ask them to. They go, this I want to sponsor the gym. Okay, cool. And everything. But I don't really put it out there because there's some people that I know really, really well could easily sponsor the gym, but they don't. But then you're going out spending money on bare bullshit. Yeah. And I'm thinking, okay, cool. But then when you want help, you're quick to phone me. I'm like, nah, you got to reciprocate the same. You know what I mean? You give me good energy, I'll give you good energy.
Yeah, that's it. Have you got a spin justice of the week? So basically, there's a part in the show that we talk about at the end of every show, where there's an injustice that you feel is something that's an injustice. Where it could be personal to you. I want to tell you mine. So mine is my mortgage rates. We touched on it. You've talked about it earlier within this episode. It was already in there because it's already written there on the board as my spin justice of this week. So the mortgage rates at the minute are crippling. Obviously because they've jumped up so much. Now, I don't know whether this is because there's not many lenders, or there wasn't many lenders able to help me, and that's because I've gone from a share to buying the whole 100%. So I've basically staircased over the last 10 years. I rented the house for the first couple of years, and then I bought a percentage and a percentage and a percentage, but now I've got the whole lot. However, not many lenders will work with shared ownership. The next time I come to do it, it won't be an issue because it's 100% that I own. But over the years, it has been an issue, and there aren't many lenders that will do shared ownership. No. So it's crippled me because I haven't had my pick of the lenders. I've had to go through a certain amount, or there's so many to pick from. So then the rates are high. So I'm at a point now where I'm finally owning the house on my own. However, it's took me 10 years to get there, and the rates at the minute are ridiculous.
What are they doing it?
I can't tell you the percentage. I'm paying £1,100 mortgage. I've got one wage coming in to pay that. And I was thinking about it on the way in. I was thinking about my spin justice of the week, and I thought, this mortgage is pissing me off because I'm tied in for 2 years minimum now. So I think we're a couple of months into that, the 2 years. And the mortgage advisor wanted me to fix that for 5 years. I was like, are you fucking mad? I'm not fixing this. £1,100 for 5 years. Like, this needs to come down. And actually, if it don't come down, my opportunities have opened up because I'm not on shared ownership anymore. It's 100% now. So I've got more to pick from. So I'm not going to stay for 5 years in 2 years. That will come down regardless.
That's what I ask you to do that. I mean, I've said, yeah, okay, I do 5 years, but for me to break clause off one of the properties, it would cost about 15 grand. But for me, that's on a buy to let. Because the house price have gone up so much anyway, if I wanted to sell, I wouldn't really lose anything because obviously I'm quite happy to pay the 15 grand because I want to get out and pull money out. But then obviously I don't pull money out of properties unless I can reinvest it anyway. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but like, the problem what you're having is that people saying, that it's going to crash and blah, blah, the house price isn't coming down. I'll tell you for a fact.
So have you got an injustice?
With me, it's just with obviously all the prices just going up all the time, and like, so the gym landlord, I'll get the gym off now, he's told me next year, obviously, usually I'm quite sharp, but become so busy, the lease is up next year in April. He wants to put the rent up per month £400 for the first year. Next year, the year after that, £700. The year after that, £1,000. Now, same again, people think I just do the gym, so they must think I'm stupid or I'm just a boxing trainer. If they want to fit that, totally to them. Yeah? But obviously, I've got a brand as well. So he goes, inflation, blah, blah. So I start getting my calculator, do some research, blah, blah. Looking at the local area. And I said, for one, I've been here 19 years. So there's no loyalty on that. Okay. Number two, you've had loads of work done in the building in the last 6 months. So what you're doing is trying to make me pay for it. That's what you're doing, yeah? Number three, what doesn't realise is that the laws have changed. So you can't just keep that anyway. You can't be there so long. Number four, yeah, your inflation, that's 30%. Not 5%, that's 30%. Nowhere goes up 30%.
Yeah.
You're trying it. So I've sent emails back and forth and everything. You know, I don't want to get nasty, start saying go to court or something like that. No. Let's speak about it properly. I've been there a long time, but I'm not an idiot. But same again, most people in business, I'll tell you what I went wrong a little bit, yeah. I wouldn't say wrong, but I do things correct. Since I've been there, when I first got the place, he got told, don't rent out the place, you know, he's a boxer, blah, blah. Look at the size of him. If he doesn't pay, how are you going to get him out, blah, blah. That's what they landlord told me for years ago by somebody. Since I've been there, I've never missed a payment on rent. Yeah, never missed a payment event. He comes out, looks around, and says, "What the hell? I'm always doing something new to the gym. New flooring costs $5,000, loads of bags, this and that. Da 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 da." Obviously, he comes down, he sees all the different cars. Well, then he got that car, he got this car, he got that car. And I just think it's being genuine. And I realise, no, you're fishing and you're thinking, fucking hell, this geezer's earning some money.
He's got dough, I'm going to put it
But
up.
what you don't realise is that, obviously, I ain't just doing the gym. So I had to actually say to him, like, da 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 da. So I said, okay, cool. So I had a massive back and forth email. I won't do on the phone talking. If I do on the phone, I will be recorded and I'll tell him I'm recording it and I'll follow up on the email. And I said to him, I said, like, this is ridiculous. I said, like, okay, then, not willing to pay that. I want to stay. If you want to keep me out, that's perfectly fine. But I want to stay and everything. But I'm willing to pay. I understand inflation's gone up and everything, but not 30%, yeah? Then I said, he goes, okay, cool. This is the best price I can give, blah, blah. Okay, cool. So I said to him, okay, do it for 4 years and I want a get out clause within 2 years. Yeah. Sends an email back. Yeah, so all sorted. You need 6 months notice. The get out clause is 12 months. Now you think I'm an idiot again.
Trying to change the goalposts.
But if you listen to what I just said now, so 2 years I asked for, get out clause with 6 months notice. It's telling me the get out clause is in 12 months with 6 months notice. So you're telling me, so when I do the lease again in April, I have 6 months to decide. Man, I'm not an idiot.
That's a really good injustice.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not an idiot, but Tanya, some people speak to me and they think I'm stupid.
Yeah.
And I look at them and I go, mate, don't let the gold and the colour of my skin, fool you. And like, seriously, like, mate, I have got a brain. Like, I can read. I do it on my own. And I have the right people around me as well.
Yeah.
So if I'm unsure
Yeah.
about something, one of my friends I hang around with every day is a barrister. So if I'm unsure about something, I phoned him. I said, I think I'm right anyway. Whenever that's your opinion, I told him, he went, no. Can't do that because the laws, I thought that's all I need to hear. Yeah. So obviously, I think the landlord's paying ball a little bit in a minute. But I said to him, I said, mate, then, so when I says that, he goes, I saw the paper and he goes, it says in there, guarantor. I was like, guarantor? What do I need to be a guarantor for? I've been up for so long, and plus I'm a limited company, hence why I'm a limited company. It's part of the mortgage people, blah, blah. Okay, then, that's fine. I want to see a document from the mortgage people saying that your tenants have to be a guarantor, even on a limited company. Even though I'll give you so much money, I want to see a document. I think we have to work it out. I don't think you have to be a guarantor.
Oh my God.
What are you doing? Trying to protect yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously if I just don't pay for the year and walk off and everything, you're down. And then the people's going, oh yeah, but if it doesn't rent it out, obviously it goes against his tax. What people don't realise, any building what's not rented out, the landlord will still have to pay for.
Yeah, of course.
Still have to pay for.
Of course.
But a lot of people don't realise that they still pay a charge on it. Regardless if it's empty, they still pay a big charge on it. And they have to pay the full rates and everything. So, yeah, we're going back and forth with that. And I'm trying my hardest not to flip out in it. At first, the old man went mad at first, and after I calmed it down, I went, you know what, let me do it properly.
Yeah. And that's always the best way. Absolutely,
So
always the best
when
way.
I was in the car park the other day, and I got my phone out, and I was like, you're right, Raj, just let you know I'm recording. Because every time I speak to you in person, you say I never said that. Right,
okay.
But obviously, you know the law. You have to let people know that you're recording.
Yes. Because
then you can't use it. Yeah. So when I'm on the phone, I say this to everyone. I go, listen, if you're unsure, record the conversation and tell them you're recording it. If you're telling them you're recording it, and they've got nothing to hide and everything, but like that's with the world at the minute how it's going on. Like, and I understand that people obviously are struggling. They are, and like you said again, like yourself, you're up early, you're doing this, you're doing 3 jobs. Like I say to people, I don't do excuses. I'm up at 4:30.
Yeah.
Every morning. You don't need to train every day. Man, if I didn't, I'd probably end up killing somebody.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean? I train to make myself feel better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Have you got any shout-outs to make to anybody?
No, not really. Just my own gym, DNA boxing.
Good, DNA boxing gym.
No, obviously, no, I've got other people that help me out. Mellows, Plant and Plate. I'll just keep it moving. It's usually me helping everybody else out, to be honest.
Yeah, it sounds like it as well.
But now, like I said again, like I think there needs to be a lot more mentoring towards financial to the up and coming kids because a lot of people don't know about mortgages and stuff like that. One of my friends paid £3,000 to go on the course, and I still know more than him. And I told him, mate, you could have given me £1,000, and I told you everything. It's all bullshit. Everyone's online trying to make money online, which is fine. I think in the next 5 years, if you haven't got something online, you're gonna fall behind and everything. But like paying for these courses, so like where you can just research yourself, you're just being a bit lazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I haven't got a shout out this week because I've got a request I have, and you've just talked about T-shirts. I've got 3 things that keep going round in my head that I forget about until it happens. So, T-shirts, I need some T-shirts making. So if anyone's listening that can make me some T-shirts and not tell me you can make the T-shirts, follow through with making the T-shirts, because lots of people have told me they can do it. When I've told them what they want, they don't come through with the goods. So what I want is someone to follow through with being able to give me a quote for T-shirts and what I want to talk about going on the T-shirts, and then actually produce the product for me at the end, not just talk about it.
I've got a link for that if you need it.
I will. Second one, I need someone to help me deep clean my bathroom, and that's because all these busy things I'm doing now, I haven't got time. So this morning I've cleaned the bathroom through, and then while I'm doing it, I'm thinking I really need some help with this. So there's got to be a cleaning company out there somewhere that's not going to charge the earth, that will be able to.
Well, there should be a cleaning company out there is going to do it for free.
Yeah,
and obviously you advertise
their business.
You know what I mean? Like, it works both ways.
Yeah. So that's number 2. Number 3, same goes with the oven. I need oven clean. I got a quote for it that was ridiculous, and I was like, I'm not paying that for an oven clean. So I know there's people out there that can do it. I haven't got the time to do it. So that instead of a shout out this week, I've got 3 requests to help me with the running smooth, the smooth running of my household and business.
The cleaning one for the bathroom should be able to do the kitchen.
Exactly.
At the same time.
But I keep forgetting it, so I've got to say it on here, because otherwise, if I don't say it on here, no one's going to be able to help me, because it's going to stay in my head and not come out. Right, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it so much, and we've got loads more to talk about off camera now. Thanks, Carl. Today's episode was sponsored by DNA Boxing School of Excellence. If you have a topic that you want to discuss, get in touch at b31spinjustice@gmail.com or via Instagram @spinjustice.